Back in 2015, Alabama legislature added dyslexia to the Alabama Administrative Code. We have also had multiple layers of training for our teachers, for people in my position, for administrators, dyslexia simulations, that kind of thing.
We had to review the new dyslexia code with the state of Alabama, and that required us as a district to implement a certified dyslexia program and be able to meet the needs of those students with the characteristics of dyslexia. We do dyslexic screeners and we look for tendencies, then we look for the right interventions to begin with them.
As a district, we have to have something in place to address those needs, and it just so happens that our Reading Horizons implementation is just that, to address those needs.
The way that the phonics is introduced with Reading Horizons, it meets that need of that child that has those characteristics. Not only that child, but every child who may be struggling to read.
Reading Horizons was a solution for us, and we're able to meet those students' needs with the kinesthetic portion of the program, just the way that it's so explicit, the routines are embedded, and the students are just soaring.
It encompasses a lot of multisensory instruction. So my students are hearing the words, they're saying the words, they are writing the words and also reading the words. They are encoding and decoding simultaneously.
There's a lot of dictation, there's a lot of movement, there are games built into the program that my students love.
They're using hand motions, they're using their voice, they're using their eyes, they're writing, they're doing all the things that children with dyslexic tendencies need to do to be successful. And Reading Horizons possesses all of those things.
Originally, Reading Horizons was purchased as a program to help with our dyslexia students and our special education students. And with that implementation, the teachers began to realize this is a program that we feel like would work for all of our students.
Reading Horizons meets the needs of all the students in our classroom. From the struggling student to a high-performing student, Reading Horizons has made them a more confident, successful reader.
Reading Horizons being such an active multisensory program, whether you have a reading disability or not, that's something that's good for everybody.
We have really seen a growth in our students compared to last year before we started using Reading Horizons. They are reading more fluently, they are able to decode words better. It's amazing how fast they are getting it compared to years prior to this.
I teach Tier 3, 3rd and 4th grade, and I have a few dyslexia students that come to me for that intervention, and I've seen a huge difference in both their reading and their writing. It's just been unreal, the difference for those dyslexia kids.
Students have responded so well. We're seeing gains with our students in their ability to read and to attack words and in their phonics skills. So we could not have asked for a better program so that we can help our students to become more successful in reading.
It is very important to have a program like Reading Horizons in place because the early intervention is the key to help any struggling student, whether they be identified as having dyslexic tendencies or not. It just helps that student become more successful, and it all begins in kindergarten.
This program is going to get those kids that have been the outliers, the whole net is going to be cast, and all those kids are going to be able to become readers and writers. Bottom line, I'm thrilled with it because it's changing lives, and that's what's important.